Hello again, everybody. We're back. Another Great American Craft Beer with Kyle. Now, I'm an idiot. I was going to do this second beer, this Motorworks series tomorrow, but I just love that first one, the Pulp Friction, so much that I wanted to get the second one tonight. It's the last one. We're all adults here. This is going to be it, the nightcap. This is the Intellectual Property Ale, Motorworks Brewing Company, Bradenton, Florida. IPA, Intellectual Property Ale. How cool is that? The beer checks in at 6.9% alcohol by volume, 6.9. IBUs are 85. It was canned on July 31st. A couple of things from Motorworks Brewing Company. I've said in the review before. I like these guys a lot. Not only was that, part of it was that was an ass kicker beer. That grapefruit beer was great. A couple of things here, though, is they list the IBUs, they have the ABV, and the date on the bottom of the cans. I think that's all. Most brewers have IBUs and ABVs. Some do not, believe it or not, in this day and age. But the date is so crucial to me. You know, I think for what craft beers are getting for beers, you can stamp the bottom of a can or on the side of a can. Or if it doesn't have the actual date it was brewed, then at least put a best by date so you know maximum freshness and customers are not getting ripped off. You know, you can at least do that. Great Lakes does that. They don't put when the beer was brewed, but they say enjoy this by this date. So Sam Adams does that as well. So, you know, it's just a pet peeve. I'm not saying I'm knocking the brewery. I'm not going to say, oh, this brewery sucks if they don't do it, but it really does show that they care about freshness and care about a customer drinking a good beer. So I think that is an important positive step. I've gone in the past and brews that I have not really liked and given a brewery an extra quarter or half point for doing that, and beers that I've loved and subtracted a quarter or half point, vice versa, where it's like, you know, it's kind of bush league if you don't, but at the same time, if your beer's better, but I don't know. One man's opinion again. So this is the Intellectual IPA. It's saying right here, it says, meet our new and improved India Pale Ale, 100% Citra dry hop with a pale malt backbone, absolutely zero bitter legal aftertaste. 6.9. Let's get this cracked and get going. Can 2 of the Motorworks series. I got one more. That's definitely going to be tomorrow, right? Have to set up to this. Here we go. Intellectual Property Ale. Do our own little Motorworks play out on Monday. It's crazy. I tell you what, though, that in all the series, that Pulp Friction was just kick ass. I mean, it's almost like drinking Headhunter with a great amount of grapefruit, like a grapefruit Headhunter, or like a grapefruit Sculpin. But and then we know how much those are adored. So it's kind of what that was, even with more grapefruit. Now, is grapefruit Sculpin better? I'd probably say yes, because Sculpin is a little better than the base of that beer. But that had more grapefruit, and that was a good beer. So, but anyway, that's what you got there with that. So let's try this one. This is just their basic American IPA with no grapefruit, just a regular basic IPA. Now, one thing I noticed, these beers are well crafted, similar in color, a nice amount of head. I'm not been aggressive with this pour at all. I've actually poured it in relatively easy, and it's making a good amount of head. Now, that could be one or two things. The beer's really good and it's a craft beer, or it's just, it was shipped wrong and the can's gone up from Bradenton. But tell you what, nice carbonation, good bubbles. Presentation-wise, it looks good. Kind of finish it out here on the IPA. Again, I want to thank the great Devin for singling these out. I know it's a lot of work for them. That's why I did this on a Monday, folks. I'm not going to go into Jungle Jim's on a Tuesday night and be like, hey, can you, sing, or Friday night, Saturday, and say, hey, single these out. It takes about 15 minutes. I got to bust up these packs, put them in a single line, and then, of course, label them. And it's just a lot of kind of bitch work for them, unfortunately. But I love Devin. We spend money in there, too. And he's a good kid, so I love him. So let's get some aroma on this, the Intellectual Property Ale. Oh, man, some great Citra notes. My goodness. Tell you what, if this is as good as that's going to be the other one, I'm going to be really in heaven. This is great. And look at the head on these, but these are well-crafted IPAs, folks. I'm telling you, they might be 2 for 2. I haven't tried to see, but look at the head on it is nice. And that was a soft pour. Really good amount. I'm getting a lot of, again, some of that citrus, grapefruit, passion fruit. Not as grapefruity as I want to think. Of course, this is just a standard American IPA. I'm not getting, this is not a grapefruit. Nothing really head drunks from what it says. But I tell you what, tremendous amounts of hops. And that could be me. I rinsed this glass out. It was fully rinsed for about 3 minutes. So that could be lingering a bit on the nose from that other one. But I don't think it is. I think it's just the hops on this beer. So, yeah, thank Devin. Thank everybody. Cheers. Happy Monday. Let's think good thoughts and cheers. Yeah, that's a decent IPA. I'm not overly, it's almost, and I don't want to speculate this, and I don't want to say that they did this, and I'm not trying to knock anybody. Almost like they took the Pulp Friction and took this beer and threw some grapefruit. That had a little bit better base. This is a decent beer. This reminds me a lot of, like, not even Truth, probably a lot of like a West 6th IPA. It's got some nice Citra hops. I think there's some other hops in there. It's saying brewed with this Citra. I think I'm getting Citra. It might be getting some Simcoe as well. It says 100% Citra dry hop. Play them up. But it's a decent beer. I think this is 3.5. Pushing 3.75. Probably closer to 3.65. So maybe 3.5. Nothing wrong with this beer. Look at the lacing. Nice lacing. It's a nice beer. Good aroma. Decent beer. There's nothing to me that with this beer, the grapefruit in that other beer. That was a good base in the other beer. The grapefruit really pushed it to the next level. Perfect amount of grapefruit to me. Just right flavor. This beer is decent. It's drinkable. I think it's... If you just like IPAs without grapefruits, you probably want to try this. Or if you just don't, if you just like a standard, an American IPA, it's only a typical West Coast. Again, this is a decent beer. Very certainly drinkable. Nice. That malt finish is really good. I tell you what, you're getting some Citra. Then the dry hop Citra takes away from the bitter hoppiness of this beer. It says the IBUs are 85. I don't think they're 85 on either one of these. I was going to mention that on the Pulp Friction. I don't know that either one of these are 85. But certainly good malt backbone. This is a good beer as well. I'm not going to knock this beer at all. I think it's, again, closer to 3.75. I may go that. Certainly nice to drink, smooth. 6.9. The Pulp Friction to me is a lot better. Just has even a better base, and then of course that grapefruit. Again, I would try both of these. I think both of these have been very, very nice, and I've enjoyed both of them. Pulp Friction for me was tits and electric. This is a good beer as well. I'm not knocking this at all, just for my taste. Again, 3.5, closer to 3.75. We'll see. I'm gonna finish it up, but yeah, life's too short, my friends. You must be happy. A couple reviews in the books tonight. Glad I get to try these. Thanks again, Devin. Motorworks Brew Club. If you're down. Anybody's watching this down in the southeast United States, Florida, Georgia, they see this beer, write me a line. Motorworks bring out one more. I swear I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm not going to tonight, but yeah, thanks everybody for watching. It's really cool because I do get a lot of views and some nice comments, and I get aroused up with my friends a lot. Adam, Allen, some other friends, and I do need to be better. I don't have the software these people do. I need to be better. I gotta be more official if I want to get into making money. But it's not about money. A lot of people come to me and say, "Oh, these breweries paying you." I'm like, no, I wouldn't even accept money for this. This is something that I want to do on my time. I've said this in a lot of my reviews where it's like, no. If a brewery came and said, "Hey, we'll offer you a job, the market president, maybe a job full time," not to just beer on the side. I'm not gonna do that. So. Like I said, I think it's cool because, I have smeared breweries in the past, and I'm an asshole for that, and I've said that. I'm not. These guys are great. I have smeared breweries, and I know, I'm not trying not to because I actually drank tonight. I think my favorite Rhine Guys beer probably ever in a double dry hop knowledge, which is absolute fire. But, yeah. So, anyway, there we go. So, there's the Motorworks. One more tomorrow, and get into some other IPAs and some other beers this weekend. But, thanks again, everybody. I appreciate everybody watching, and cheers, and try the Intellectual Property. It's a good beer, folks. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I don't think it's not going to wow you or send you screaming to get it. This isn't one of those beers where you're going to go, I got to rush out and get this, or tell your friends, or it's going to be one of those, like, demand beers. I think it's a decent beer with good flavor, respectable, and leave it at that. It's not great, but it's not bad. I think it's solid. So, similar to about 700 other craft beers, middle of the road. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.